Hey, folks, how you doing? It's Saturday once again, and I'm going to do my show. It's like I always do. Not always, as I often do. Let's put it that way. For the most part, I'm here on Saturday and Tuesday. So here I am. Um, it's really dark out here. We had a huge thunderstorm last night, and it looks like we're going to get more of the same today, and more in the forecast for tomorrow. So I'm just waiting, of course, for the usual 4:20. We're less than a minute away, and then we can get the show started. So, whoops, that's not it. Where's my pad? Oh, here it is. Here it is. So, we're coming up on it. Any second now, we can get the show going. Okay. Okay. YouTube here. Oh, happy 420. Happy 420, everybody. First joint today. Busy morning. Ah, here comes Mrs. SPLIFFY. She went to the store. Get this thing going here. Tastes good. I think I'm going to like this one. So, Mayor Brian Arrigo of Revere, Massachusetts, ran on a platform in 2016 to clean up the corrupt local police department. After he was elected, he set about finding a replacement for the chief. Mayor Arrigo brought in a consultant to help pick the new top cop who would oversee a force of some 100 officers and civilian employees. The consultant tested 4 candidates, all internal, for attributes such as decisiveness, initiative, leadership, and communication skills. None of them scored high enough to persuade the consultant that they were promotable. Nevertheless, Arrigo chose one of the 4 for a 3-year interim chief role, and then appointed another, then Lieutenant David Callahan, as chief in 2020. Not only did Callahan fall short on the assessment, he was steeped in the toxic culture the mayor detested. Callahan created an atmosphere of fear, bullying male officers and sexually harassing females.
Thunder and lightning.
In the fallout, the 40-year-old chief has been put on paid leave for more than a year and is seeking injury on duty retirement status, which would cost the city an additional $750,000 in pension funds before Callahan reaches the required retirement age of 55. So why did Mayor Arrigo promote from within despite advice to the contrary from his consultant? He had no choice. Like many small municipalities, a local ordinance required that he promote from within. So he was screwed. Regardless of the platform he ran on, he couldn't change anything. So they will continue to promote from within. They have no choice. So somebody's got to change the laws there. So the former chief fiscal officer of the Trump organization, Alan Weisselberg, pled guilty Thursday to tax violations and helping run a years-long tax fraud scheme at the orange guy's business. His testimony may put him front and center at a future trial, that being the criminal case against the Trump organization, where he will have to testify as to his involvement in the elaborate schemes. Weisselberg pled guilty to 15 felonies, but refused to cooperate when prosecutors in their investigation into Trump and his family. He will serve 100 days plus the time he's already served and pay $2 million in taxes and penalties and interest. And he must testify for the prosecution in the Trump Organization trial, although he says he won't testify against Trump. But there's still the kids, you know. He may have to testify against them. So we'll see what happens. So last year, a jury found pharmacies in the Lake and Trumbull counties of Ohio that they had contributed to the opioid epidemic. The federal judge in Ohio has now ordered the companies who own CVS, Walgreens, and Walmart pharmacies to pay $650 million over 15 years to the two Ohio counties. So this is the first decision reached among lawsuits targeting pharmacies chains for the role in the opioid epidemic. The companies plan to appeal the decision. Of course, $650 million, I'd appeal it too. So more than 950,000 people were killed in traffic crashes in the first 3 months of this year. That's the deadliest start to a year on the roads in 2 decades. In 7 states and Washington, D.C., officials estimate crash deaths were up 50%. The nationwide is up 7% compared to last year. So in 2020, the first 3 months of the year, we racked up 7,893 deaths. 2021, it was 8,935. And this year it's 9,560. So we just keep going up. Okay. We're speeding more and we're driving more recklessly. And they're not sure why. But we got to slow down. And we got to stop hurting each other. Okay? We got to be less reckless. I think it's coming out of the pandemic, you know. People just are just more reckless with their lives. People are taking more chances. So speaking at a political event in Manchester, New Hampshire on Wednesday, Mike Pence castigated the Republicans who are attacking the FBI after they executed the search warrant at Mar-a-Lago. Pence said, "The Republican Party is the party of law and order, and attacks on the FBI must stop. Calls to defund the FBI are just as wrong as calls to defund the police." Of course, obviously, the Republicans don't understand what defunding the police means. They think it's something terrible. They don't realize that all we're trying to do is shift those funds to areas where they could be better used to represent, to aid the public rather than shoot them. So although the orange guy has publicly stated that he wants the search warrant affidavit released, he has taken no formal action to cause that to happen. Okay. Now he could, but he hasn't bothered to. Okay. He could petition to have that information released and has done nothing. except open his big mouth about it. So, but Pence wants him to stop picking on the FBI. So he said Merrick Garland can explain himself later. But that the rank and file FBI are not to blame here. So we got to stop blaming them. Well, Lindsey Graham, by the way, the GOP senator from South Carolina, has failed at his latest attempt to avoid testifying before the grand jury in Georgia investigating alleged election interference in the 2020 presidential election in that state. Graham's lawyers asked Judge Lee Martin May to temporarily block an order she had issued earlier this week, denying his bid to quash the grand jury subpoena. They appealed the decision to the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals and wanted Judge May to put her ruling on hold till the appeals process was over. The judge said no. So Graham is scheduled to testify on Tuesday. And he's sweating it, okay? He is seriously sweating it. So we'll see what happens there. Wow. The weed of the week is Durban Skittles. And it's 32.49% THC. And it is a sativa dominant. So folks who live in New Orleans, excuse me, they don't give, they live. Folks who live in New Orleans don't agree with the state's abortion plan, which has no exceptions for rape or incest. And the state isn't happy about it. As a result, they're taking it out on the people of New Orleans by putting the entire city in danger. Okay. A Louisiana commission has withdrawn approval on a New Orleans flood control fund. Louisiana State Bond Commission has twice voted to delay approval of a future $39 million line of credit for a power station to run New Orleans drainage pumps that would protect the city's 384,000 residents from flooding and has been described as critical for the city's ability to adapt to climate change. Both votes taken when New Orleans was under active flood advisory have been at the urging of the GOP Attorney General, Jeff Landry, who was infuriated by the city officials' response to the almost total abortion ban. So apparently, as far as the state's concerned, state government anyway is concerned, New Orleans can be underwater. If they're not going to support their total abortion ban, New Orleans can fucking drown as far as the state's concerned. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. Okay, they're not going to fund these pumps in New Orleans that could save the city unless they support their almost total abortion ban. And I think that's fucking nuts. They're going to let these 385,000 people drown just because the city of New Orleans doesn't support the statewide almost total abortion ban. And that's all the news I have today. So, New Orleans sucks. I mean, not New Orleans, the state of Louisiana sucks for treating the people of New Orleans that way. I think that's just awful. You know. Anybody want to come chat with me? Otherwise, I'm just going to have to make shit up. You know, if I have to make up the news, I will. So, Buds and Hazard, welcome aboard. Thanks for coming to chat with me. I ran on news. I got some Durban Skittles here today. Sativa dominant hybrid. What you smoking? Anything good? White Widow. Oh. Military John gave me some White Widow seeds. All he wants is a cutting. In return, he gave me 3 seeds. He's not much interested in growing from seed anymore. So he just wants some cuttings. So, making some caramel cream auto seeds. Oh, cool. Yeah, dog seems to be having considerable luck with autos. I'm confused by them. I just flipped one of my tents, the one that's got the 2 cheeses and the two Holy Grails, and it's got one Scout's Prayer in it that I got from John as well. I got 2 cheeses from him as well. So I just flipped that tent on Wednesday. And I don't see any evidence of anything so far. So we'll see how it goes. And then in the other tent, I got 5 Gorilla Glues. Caramel cream is very strong for an auto. Oh, good. That's what you want. Very strong. Oh, I got a picture I want to show you. This plant John's growing. You guys see this thing? It's really cool. It's a perfect plant to grow outdoors. Come on, get big. There we go. Called Freak Show. I don't know if you can see it. Look at the leaves on the thing. It's got leaves like a fern. So it don't look like weed when it's growing. Look at it. There's the bud on the thing. Growing at the top. But look at, see how the leaves are? It don't look like weed at all. So you grow it outside, people would never even know you got a weed plant. I'll be flipping in a week or so. White Goji and another purple punch. Cool. Isn't that a wild looking plant though? I thought that's really strange. You can grow that anywhere. Nobody'd even know you're growing weed. Looks like a fern. I got to try that stuff. Hey, they opened up a grow shop in Bourbonnais that's selling seeds. Mostly Humboldt's farm. And the guy's got some seeds of his own he's selling too. Cheaper. But yeah, so they supposed to be good smoke. Oh, you've seen it before, huh? Yeah, it's supposed to be a really good sativa, from what I understand. But yeah, they opened up this shop in Bourbonnais selling seeds. So you don't have to go through the mail anymore. He's got quite a variety from what I understand. So it's kind of nice to have some place to go where you don't have to shop online and wait for them. You just pick them up. Yeah. I'll have to find out exactly where it is. John knows. But I don't. He's been there already. We went out to lunch yesterday. He was telling me all about it. It's a very small place, he said. But they're selling seeds. That's all that matters. I wouldn't be interested in anything else. I don't imagine. But seeds, that's another story. Although I'm not at a loss for seeds right now. I got, I don't know, half a dozen different varieties sitting around here, at least. So. I don't know what's been going on with my shows lately, but I get one viewer every time. I'd have been here the other day. I had Keith and Chief for my show on Tuesday. He was the only one. You never bought seeds? I haven't either so far. Thanks to my viewers. So, and I got some seeds from this girl Alex that used to tend bar Custer Keg. She gave me some seeds that she got in California. So I got those. Of course, they're not feminized, so I don't know what I'd get if I plant them. You know, it'd be a hit and miss thing. But it's worth the try. But yeah, I got, got seeds from Stoney. I got seeds from you. I got seeds from Dog. In fact, Dog gave me some weed and I found a seed in it. So I haven't tried planting it, but doesn't mean I won't. So things will be good. I'm set for a while. I did decide though that 5 plants in the 3x3 is too many. I'm going to stick to 3 from now on. 5 is too crowded. There's no room to spread them out. All I can do is grow up. So that's what I'm going to do from now on. It's just 3 plants per tent, and that's it. Then I can spread them out more. Otherwise, I just got tall, skinny things, One, you do 1 in a 3x3? Oh, I'm going to do 3. 1 plant's not going to produce enough to suit me. I want to get a large yield so I can sit back for a while and maybe order some new lights, save me some money on weeding, order some better lights. Someplace else I can put that money. Because, I'm using those cheapo lights with a separate red. So I need to get some lights that are full spectrum. doesn't solve that problem. And I'm changing soils too. I got a nice organic soil. I can get at Ace Hardware. You get 10 to 12 ounces. Wow. I am doing things wrong. So yeah, I got to increase my yield. I had one Gorilla Glue that was going great, and then I don't know what happened to her. She just went shitty on me. So I'm trying to get it to recover now. So she's coming around, but well, you hear all that? Got quite a storm moving in. You veg for 12 weeks. Well, that's good. Keep them going. Yeah, I like to veg for a good long time. I'm not in any hurry. When it gets to that stage, I'm not in any hurry. You know. Same thing with curing. I'm not in any hurry when it's curing either. You know, I can wait. I need to jump right into it. I want it to get tasty and good. The bigger the plant, the bigger the harvest. Yeah, I understand. That's why I want more room in my tent. Yeah. So I make bigger plants. Yes. You have to have patience. So it'll come along. I'm going to let those Gorilla Glues go for a long time because they're looking beautiful. The four of them, the one that I had problems will still look scrappy. The other four are beautiful. Nice deep green. Coming along nicely. They're about, I know, about 1.5 feet tall, 2 feet tall. And just looking gorgeous. But yeah, they're really pretty little things. They were all clones for my bestie. All 5 of them, in fact. So, but the other 10, those were all started from seed. So the one I just flipped. But I don't know how long they've been in veg. I forget. But it's just that the Holy Grail's got so fucking tall in there that I had no choice but to flip the tent. I had my light pulled up all the way, and they were up to the light. So I had to rehang the light so it was just a little bit higher, and then I flipped them because they were so freaking tall. You grow just from seed? But those Holy Grails just get so damn tall. So I want to grow some of them, but keep them lower, keep topping them and just keep them lower. Because I really like that stuff. Holy Grail, that's some tasty shit there. Bend them over, yeah. Yeah, that's what Doug showed me with the the Gorilla Glue. We bent that thing over real nice. It was a nice big full plant, and then all of a sudden it got shitty. All the leaves started growing in real skinny, and things started to get all brown and burnt. So I took Harley's advice and flushed the thing, and then it just got worse. I must have flushed all the nutrients out of the soil. So I've been feeding it, and it's coming around again. I'm using Humboldt Secret organic nutrients, and I like them. Easy to use, not terribly expensive. I can get them on Amazon. And they got a whole line of stuff. It's real simple. Simple stuff. Liquids you just add to your water. All organic. And they've been around for 1 million years. It's not just for weed. It's for everything. They have stuff for your soil, stuff for your stalks, even. Oh, you use their CalMag. Oh. No, I'm using their whole line of products. And I like the results. I know you guys all use that green bicycles, but I like this stuff. I can't get it on Amazon. So I get 5% cash. I get 5% back on all my Amazon purchases. So by buying Humboldt Secret on Amazon, I'm getting money back. So I prefer to use the Humboldt Secret. It's just a few cc's per gallon, and works out great for me. Besides, I don't want to do what everybody else does. So I'm always contrary, I can't do what everybody else does. I have to do something different. It's just the way I am. So that's, I can't help myself. It's always the way I've been. I can't do anything the way other people do it. I have to do things differently. If I could drive backwards all over, I would, Blue Planet stuff. I see. Yeah, I like the Humboldt Secret, so I'm going to stick with it. But I'm changing soils. My bestie and her husband use this organic potting soil they get at Ace Hardware, and that's what I'm going to switch to. It's a whole lot cheaper than what I've been using, and I can get it right nearby. I can go to Coal City and buy it. So. But I think I'm going to grow one of those weird looking plants. I'm going to grow one of those outside next year. I'm going to put it in a 7-gallon and just set it in the yard. My neighbors won't bother me. Guy next door, he's a good friend of mine. The guy on the other side probably grows his own shit. He's got a jungle next door to me. Probably in the middle of that jungle, he's got something growing. Because I know he used to grow shit next door, so I'm not worried about him. So, or any of my other neighbors. So I figured I'd give it a shot, especially something that looks like that, you know. So I'll give it a shot. Grow something weird. But yeah, it's supposed to be a really potent sativa, from what I understand. So I'll have to try John's one after he cures that. I'll have to see how it is. Get him to let me taste it. But that's some weird looking stuff, isn't it? Nobody ever think you're growing weed. You could plant that in your front yard. Nobody know what it was. Yeah. I just might. Who knows? Yeah, it keeps threatening this storm, but nothing's happening here. I guess it's supposed to get really nasty after 4 o'clock, but nothing happened. So just a lot of noise. So Sony's been after me to feature the Velvet Underground on my music show. So I featured Velvet Underground. He was going to mark his calendar. He was going to have a warden remind him and everything. I featured him 2 weeks ago. He never showed up. So his loss. So what are you going to do? Oh, we got it last night like crazy. Did you get it last night? It really rained last night. Holy shit. Quite a light show, too. But it's supposed to rain like from now till midnight. So I'm sure we'll be getting a lot more as time passes here. There's a lot of storms coming up from like down from Peoria coming up. So we're going to get a lot of rain today. I think it's supposed to rain again tomorrow, too. You don't know you were sleeping. Oh, well, I've been having trouble with my left knee now. I'm going to start physical therapy on Monday on my left knee. Something going on with the tendons above the knee. So they're going to give me ultrasound treatments on my knee, on my leg. See if that doesn't help. But it's been keeping me up. I woke up twice during the night and took a Norco just so I could go back to sleep. So, you have to cut grass. Oh, we went to the missus and I went to Walmart on Friday to go grocery shopping, and you know my iPhone counts my steps and tells me how far I traveled. I walked a mile inside the fucking store. Okay. Just buying groceries, I walked a fucking mile. Your neck. Oh, that's not good. Is it something you've had for a while, or like chronic neck pain, or like whiplash related, or is it just something recent? Because if it's chronic neck pain, You don't want surgery. Not the way they do it nowadays. You know, this business putting a cage around your spine. That's crazy. You know, I had back surgery back in the 70s. I had a couple of discs removed, and they let my spine fuse naturally. It took 3 years for me to completely heal, but I haven't had any back trouble since. And I don't know anybody in the past 20 years who's had back surgery that doesn't have problems. Okay. Just once before, but this time it's not going away. Smashed nerves. Yeah. I mean, people get spinal surgery now, and they have a disc or two removed or whatever, and they put these cages around their spine, and they have nothing but problems. You know, they can't bend, they can't twist, they continue to have pain, and it's because they got all these quick fixes now, and the quick fixes don't fix shit. You know, it's like nobody ever recovers from cancer anymore. Oh yeah, I got no feeling in my left foot. I shattered it back in 2004. Well, I shattered it in 2004, but they operated on me in 2005. I did it on New Year's Eve. But I was sober. I did it in the morning. Okay, so I didn't do it while I was partying. I did it before that. Fingers always freezing. Oh, that's not good. Poor circulation is never good. You know, you can develop gangrene from poor circulation. I had a friend of mine that I worked with whose hands were always cold. He had poor circulation. When he retired, he moved to Florida, and they cut off 2 of his fingers. So he moved to Vegas. He says, they're not cutting off any of my fingers out here. He says, I like it better than Florida. So, yeah, you got to be careful about poor circulation. And don't move to Florida. So that's my advice. Don't go to Florida if you don't have good circulation in your fingers. But Vegas is okay. Of course, he passed away since then, but that's what he told me. Don't move to Florida if you don't have good circulation in your fingers. Drugs I tested years ago have caused neuropathy in your feet and hands. Oh, that's really bad. Because, you know, I know another person who had his leg amputated because of neuropathy. He was diabetic. But yeah, I shattered my left foot. I was slip and fall in the bathroom. And I broke all the tiny little bones on the top of my foot. And I separated my big toe and the toe next to it from the rest of the foot. And a couple of surgeries later, and a lot of physical therapy, I was able to walk again. And it never healed properly. I ended up with a big bony bump on the top of my foot and no feeling. So, and I have to wear shoes a half size larger to accommodate my left foot. So I'm always stumbling because the other foot's wearing a shoe that's too big for it. So, and I fall over a lot because I can't feel anything on the left side. If I turn a certain way, I fall over. So, you know, it cost me big time a few weeks ago, you know, when I ended up with blood on my brain. So, not a good thing. My leg is like that. They didn't line it up right. Oh, not good. You know, I have no feeling in my sciatic nerve on the left side either because of the problems I have. So I'm numbed down the outside of my left leg as well. And that affects the nice little toes on my left foot. They're numb as well, but for a different reason, because of the sciatic nerve. So I'm just a fucking wreck, is what it is. Hey, Cedar, welcome aboard. No, I'm not a Protestant. I'm an atheist. No, I said I'm a wreck. Bubble One, welcome aboard. I'm just so old, I'm a wreck. No, I'm an atheist because more people have died in the name of religion than anything else. And hordes of atheists never went around and said, believe in nothing or I'll kill you. Okay, so I'd rather, calcium buildup holds it together. Yeah, pretty much. Saturday work shifts. Please excuse the absence. I knew this was a satanic channel. I've never cared for buds. Oh, I see. It's not a satanic channel. I don't believe in Satan either. Okay. I don't believe in any of it. I don't believe in Satan. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in any of it. I have faith in myself. Okay. I believe in me. So, yeah, it's a SPLIFFY channel. That's what it is. Whoops. So, Bubble Wand, are you working today or are you off today? Juicy spiritual talk. No, actually, we weren't talking about anything spiritual at all. But are you at work? I'm working, but I have a free moment. It's a little slow at the moment. I see. I thought maybe you had this Saturday off. Yeah, we were discussing our failing bodies. That's what it was. And I just said I was a wreck. So, for that very reason, because hordes of atheists never went around and said, believe in nothing or I'll kill you. More people have died in the name of religion than anything else. And I just think it's foolish. Okay? I don't believe anyone ever rose from the dead. I don't believe any of that stuff. I don't see any point in following anyone. I follow myself. All these people, I'm sure, were very nice people and, had nice points of view and everything. But I'm sorry, I just, there have always been people with nice points of view, so I just don't believe in hurting people in the name of anything, I'm that much of a pacifist. Let's not kill each other, for any reason. I mean, I'm sure Christ never said, go out and kill people to make them believe in me. Okay. That wasn't his goal, I'm sure. believe in Jesus and God. I love them, but I'm cool if you don't wanna. Yeah, well, I'm cool that you do. Okay, I don't have a problem with that. If you want to believe in Jesus and God, you go right ahead. Okay, and you don't. But a form of control. Yeah, but you know, that's just it. Religions don't necessarily accept people that don't believe in them or that believe other religions. I mean, look how Islam is down on Christianity, and Christianity is down on Islam. Okay, and that shouldn't be that way. People should allow people to believe what they want. Okay, that's what we have in this country is freedom of religion, but people are going around killing people in the name of religion in this country, and that's wrong. Okay, I mean, Jews are being attacked. Islamic people are being attacked. Um, most fundamentalist Christians don't like Catholics, and I don't understand that. Catholics are Christians too. Okay. In many cases, they're considered to be some of the first Christians. Human manipulation and entitlement has seeds of spirituality. Yes, it has, and it's gotten to the point where religion is superstition for the most part. Okay, and people with the same superstitions gather together in a building once a week, and somebody takes their money away. Okay. Yeah, there's exactly. There should be no killing. Yeah, they're going to save us from what? I don't need to be saved. I'm right here. I'm saving me. I'm 75 years old. I've saved myself all this time. I was raised a Catholic. Okay. I went to Catholic schools. Okay. So I studied religion. I went to a prep seminary. Okay. I only lasted 5 months. I got into a fight and they threw me out. But I studied other religions. And I just, none of them made any sense to me. You know, I understand why they crucified Christ. TV and these humans, unfortunately, got everyone all confused, and they're all happy about it. Just about seeking in the quiet half one's own heart. Yeah, I was raised Catholic too. You were raised Catholic. Okay. I understand why Christ was crucified. He was rebellion. Okay. Okay. But I mean, he was a rebellion. He was a rebel. He was rebellious. I mean, they hung him on the cross because he was saying things nobody wanted to hear. You know, he was trying to turn people away from the temple. You know, that's why he said, "Your body's your temple," and he taught people the Lord's Prayer so they could speak directly to God without a rabbi or or without any kind of any kind of temple or anything. You could minister to yourself, is what he was saying. And this was radical thinking. So I understand why he was crucified. From that point on, I have a problem with the whole Jesus story. It's coming back to life and all that stuff. I find all of that really hard to believe. So, but I believe in what he was preaching. That you shouldn't be going to a temple to worship. I believe that. I think he saw it the same way. The money changers that he drove out of the temple, I think it was not only because they were profiting from people giving at the temple, but I think he was saying, don't be giving at the temple. Okay. I mean, people were poor enough. Why contribute to something you don't need? So I think there was that as well. Even though people, the money changers, were profiting from people going to the temple. Because the temple said you could only contribute in Jewish money, and you could only spend Roman money. So you had to exchange your money. Well, that's true. I guess I can stop talking about it now. So I got another brain surgery coming up, hopefully. I have to go for an MRI so they can see how I healed. And then they're going to decide whether they're going to do the other side or not. I certainly hope so. When both my hands were shaking, I could coordinate them to do things together. Now that there's only one shaking, I can't coordinate them. It's almost like this one shakes worse, even though it doesn't. Okay. But with this one being steady and this one shaking, I can't do anything with two of them. Yeah, they're going to fix the other side. So, as I get older, I get healthier. Thanks to Medicare. So that's another reason the GOP's got to go, because they want to cut out Medicare. And neither one of us wants that to happen. Yeah, I hope they can do it too. See, you're right. Am I wrong? I mean, you don't want to see Medicare go away. I mean, that's 80% of your medical expense taken care of, Yeah, right. I mean, I wore glasses my entire life. I mean, thick glasses. I had terrible vision. In fact, when I joined the Army, I found out later that had I been drafted, I would have been rejected. My eyesight was so bad. But since I enlisted, they decided to keep me. Okay. Holy shit. Yeah, you definitely need Medicare, especially now that they can negotiate for prices on drugs. Under this new act, they can negotiate for prices now. So prescription prices are going to come down on a lot of stuff. Yeah, this was the victory in this last bill. This was the Republicans' victory consisted of they're not getting a cap on insulin for people with insurance. Okay. Medicare is going to get a cap on insulin, but not people with insurance. That was the Republican victory. Okay. They fucked people with insurance. That was their victory. How do you like them apples? I'd be campaigning on that. Okay. If I was a Democrat, I'd be campaigning on that. Here was the Republicans' victory, folks. They fucked you if you got insurance and you're diabetic. But yeah, that's the GOP for you. You know, they want to abolish Medicare. They don't want there to be a cap on any fucking drugs. You know. I know. Well, thank God she's on Medicare. Okay, because they can put a ceiling on that shit now. You know, and the thing is that insulin costs more now than it ever did, and there's nothing new about it. It's not any harder to make or any harder to get than it was 20 years ago. There's no reason why it should cost so much more now than it did 20 years ago. Except they charge more. It's the only they want to charge more. It's the only reason. Okay? There's no other reason why insulin should be expensive. Except they want it to be. If anything, it should be cheaper. You know, they should have devised more inexpensive ways to produce it, more inexpensive ways to pack it, store it, ship it, all that stuff. It shouldn't be more expensive now than it was 20 years ago. I mean, and a lot more expensive. That's what's disturbing is it's a lot more expensive than it was 20 years ago, and there's no reason for that. And for them to keep raising prices on it, you know, over the 20 years. That's what's absurd, is for the prices to just keep going up and up and up. There's no reason for any of that. It's not like they got a new insulin, you know. I mean, that's what they do with other drugs. They either find a new use for it so they can retain the patent, or they add another drug to it and make it something new, and patent that, you know, because once a patent runs out on the drug, then anybody can make it. You know, that's when you end up with the generic of a drug, one drug or another. So she pays a lot for insulin. Well, now they'll be able to negotiate that down under Medicare. They'll be able to bring that price down. Some, anyway. So that'll be good. But I have to opt out of 3 insurance carriers for Medicare so I can keep my specialists. Oh, shit. Yeah, I have United Healthcare from where I used to work. So, you know, that's part of my pension plan. So that's even cheap, you know, super cheap. You know, my supplemental insurance. And then I also have dental coverage and optical coverage besides. So I had surgery. These are just reading glasses. I had eye surgery a few years back, and they put in lenses behind my lenses. I got close to 20/20 vision. So you're only covered by Medicare and Medicaid. Are you a veteran? You're not a veteran, or are you? With no benefits. You never applied? I've never applied either, and I should. I know I've been quizzed about it by my attorney. Oh, bad conduct. Shame on you. You was a bad boy, huh? Jimi Hendrix was supposed to get a bad conduct discharge. He was in the 82nd Airborne, and he was supposed to get a bad conduct discharge. And then, like a month before he was supposed to be discharged, he injured himself, so he got a medical discharge instead. So otherwise, he'd have gotten a bad conduct discharge too, but he got a medical one. He got lucky. I don't know if he injured himself in a jump or what. Might have been, like a twisted ankle or some shit. But I thought it was cool, though, that he was on jump status and all that, You hear too many rock stars being in the military. They didn't play that up much in the 70s, 60s. Those guys kind of kept that shit to a secret if they were in at all. Hendrix, on the other hand, talked about it openly. So maybe because of the discharge. He was a bad boy. Of course, that was before his musical career. But it couldn't have been much before his musical career, considering he died at the age of 26. So, I mean, he must have been a pretty young guy, probably 18, 19 years old when he went in the service. No, it must have been pre-Vietnam, like when I was in, or before I was in. Because, I mean, he was at Woodstock. That was 68. So we had boots on the ground in March of 65. That was when I got out of AIT. Lucky me. So it had to be before that, I would think. Because he was 26 when he died. So, yeah. So it was probably around 63, 64 he got discharged. I'll have to Google it sometime. I like to keep all these useless bits of information in my head. I'm a veritable font of useless information. So, like Jay Giles and Meryl Streep were dating for about 2 years in high school. That sort of thing. Keep weird shit in my head. None of the members of Foreigner were actually foreigners. I just can't help myself. Just full of shit. It's the only way I could put it, I think. So. Oh, hey. I missed it. Happy 429. That was a shame. At least it wasn't 4:30 yet. Because then it'd be too late. Wonder where everybody is today. It's even raining in Tucson today. They were having a great day today, too. I checked the weather. My bestie's out in Tucson. They got her daughter installed in the University of Arizona out there. She made it into the nursing program. So she's all set. I guess they're staying out there for a while. I don't know when they're coming home or coming back. Well, she's not coming back until early October. He's coming back before then. They drove 2 vehicles out there. But I think he's flying back. And then she'll be coming back in October. She's staying out there for a while. See how her daughter does, you know. Her daughter gets over what might be some homesickness or whatever. But her daughter has to stay in a dorm on campus. But she's going to rush for a sorority. So sororities, I guess, are very education oriented, you know. So, and she wants to get out of the dorm, of course. But then I don't know if she'll be staying in the sorority or staying in the condo in the future, or just using the condo as a place of refuge from the sorority if she wants, you know, have it available. But it's a nice condo. I went out there last year, checked it out. You know, it's a gated community, swimming pool, tennis courts, weight room, all that kind of stuff. And it's a short drive to the university. So, and she's got a Jeep, and it's registered in Arizona, so they can make that, you know, establish that residency out there. Saves her $20,000 a year in tuition. I can't believe it costs that much to go to college now. You know, it's $50,000 a year for a non-resident to go to the University of Arizona. $30,000 for a resident. That seemed to be an outrageous amount of money to me. I mean, it's I mean, how many years working after you get out of school does it take to make that back? I mean, provided you can get a good job, you know. Yes, it depends on what she studies, or what a person studies. If you get that back, she, I believe, wants to be a nurse practitioner, which these days every bit as good as being a doctor. So they seem to be more prevalent than doctors anyway, when it comes to general practice. So, and they seem to be more proactive than doctors as well. I was reading a write-up in AARP magazine about that. They're more they're more conscious of of diagnosing what might be wrong with you, instead of reacting to what is wrong with you. So does that make sense? I hope so. Anyway, I was seeing a nurse practitioner, and I happened to mention to her that I was short of breath, and she immediately sent me over for a cardio stress test. And sure enough, you know, I had blockages in my arteries, and then it ended up having an angioplasty. So I don't know if I'd have said that to my current doctor if that would have happened. So I was grateful to her that, you know, she picked up on that. So I kind of like nurse practitioners. So what can I say? Anyway, I don't know what the hell to talk about. Except that this is one hell of a sativa, because I've just been rattling on and on here. Anybody notice that? I don't seem to have any trouble talking. Just give me a topic and I'll go at it here. That's for sure. Got ashes all over me. You treat your H doctor as your primary doctor? I got so many doctors. You know, I have a neurologist. I have 2 neurologists, actually. And I have a cardiologist. I have a psychiatrist. I have a therapist. I have a podiatrist. She sends me to all the different specialty. Yes, you have a list too? Yeah, I have, what else? I have, of course, my primary care physician. And then I have orthopedist, and the list goes on. I have somebody I see for every part of my body. A different person. I don't have a urologist. I seem to be in good shape in that department. So nothing's happening there yet. So I got her and a cancer guy, and a lung guy, and a neurologist. Yeah. Yeah, no cancer guy, no lung guy. Respiratory system's in good shape. Knock wood about the cancer guy. So my sister had cancer. But see now, people don't seem to get over cancer anymore. It just goes in remission, it comes back, goes in remission, comes back. See, when my sister had cancer back in the 50s, they used to just cut it out or cut it off. People didn't get it again. COPD. Oh, that's why no paper. Now I understand. No, they listen to my lungs and they're clear. So, yeah, and that's what they did to my sister. They cut her leg off, never had a problem again. She's in her 80s, so she's 6 years older than I am. She's 81. So, and she's healthy. She's in a wheelchair now. Wearing her leg is uncomfortable at her age. But she's in good health. So, and you never had any problems after that, right? See, now they send people for chemo and radiation and all this kind of shit, and it doesn't go away. It just keeps coming back. And anybody I know who's like had a mastectomy or something like that, they never had a problem again. It just, you got to cut it out. You're not going to kill it otherwise. It just never seems to work otherwise. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go through all that. I mean, all that pain and suffering, losing your hair and all that. Well, not that I care about losing my hair, but much as I like coloring it, I really don't care that I don't have it. In fact, I kind of prefer that I don't have it. I might grow it back though after the next surgery. Because it's going to be cold. When I had it done in March, it was pretty chilly afterwards. I didn't hesitate wearing a hat outside. Oh, you last around. Yeah, I cut off a ponytail back in 2006 when I went back to work. It was long enough to give the locks of love. So I think it was 12 to 18 inches, somewhere in that range. So it was pretty long. Excuse me. I had to do that. So yeah, I gave it away, packed it up and gave it to Locks of Love. So Yeah, it was pretty long. Long and bushy. Of course, now I'm receding here. So I still got something here, but I'm receding here. And I got a great big scar that runs into my scalp here. I came home from the keg one day and broke the planter on the front porch, ceramic planter. It starts here, going this way, and then goes up this way through my hair. You can't, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, see it? That one there. So it's a pretty big scar. It bled a lot. Fortunately, I wasn't on blood thinners back then, or I'd have bled to death. I didn't get it stitched up or anything. I just put a towel on it until it stopped bleeding. So I went to a party at the keg last night. From rolling your truck in Mexico. You were rolling the wrong stuff down in Mexico. Not supposed to roll the truck. Supposed to roll a joint. What on earth were you doing in Mexico? Besides smuggling something back. I never drove down to Mexico. I've been to Mexico, but I flew in an airplane. Just want to make that clear. Your ex's father lived there. Oh. Near the border or deep into Mexico? We went to Puerto Vallarta, but we didn't stay in the resort area. We we stayed in a little courtyard hotel in town, in the old part of town. It had a pool on top. It was like, I don't know, 18 rooms. And we took over like 16 of the 18 rooms in the hotel. Our party did. It was friends and relatives. And it was really a lot of fun. We were about a block's walk from the beach. But sitting around the pool on the roof was nice too. But it was all cobblestone streets and stuff, and little restaurants and little shops and stuff that wasn't that touristy, you know. Deep in, went all the way from Baja, then took a ferry to the mainland. Culiacan. Oh. Cool. Yeah, Puerto Vallarta was nice. I went parasailing on the back of a boat. They took me around on a boat, behind a boat. That was fun. Picked me up on the beach, took me off the beach, landed me on the beach. But that was a lot of fun. I did that. And I got the Teresa. Lasted about 3 days. So that was fun. There was a restaurant there that was just fantastic. It was right around the corner from the hotel, called El Corral. And they had a sign out front that said fresh lobster today. And you go in there and get a lobster, one of them warm water ones where there's no claws. And they just chop it down the middle and broil that sucker, and they bring it out just soaked in butter. And they were so good and cheap. Of course, that was back in the 80s. They couldn't even serve you one beer at a time because it cost so little. They had to serve you 2 beers at a time in the bar. So they actually collect, We were paying like $6 something a night for the hotel. And they went into season. We were there in December, early December. They went into season while we were there, and our room rate went up to $8 a night. So it was ridiculously cheap. But it was a nice place. Yeah, I bought a pipe. I got to show it to you. It's right up here on the cabinet. This is going to hurt. But I got to show you the pipe I bought there. Oh, yeah. Not too bad. Not too bad. So here it is. I don't know if you can see that. Here's the bowl. And see that there? And here's where you draw from. Let me hold it in my non-shaky hand. See? See what it is? And there's where you draw from. Okay? You got that? Oh, really? Oh, I thought it was more unique than that. I'm sorry to hear you found them. That makes me sad. I thought I had something unique. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Carved from red coral. Oh, is that what this is made of? I had no idea, because it's an unusual material. I didn't know what it was made of. Huh. Oh, it's nice to know. Thanks. Oh, that's interesting. Because it's it's an unusual material. It's like it's been lacquered over or something too. It's heavy, for its size. So I thought it was cute. So, well, I think I'm going to wrap things up. It's nice talking to you today. Shane Bubblewan never came back, but she is working. Yeah, I would imagine you just to keep the smoke in. Stop correcting yourself. I can read stoner. That's twice you did that. No need. And if you want to talk about some hoe, I don't care. You can talk about some hoe. And I don't care how you treat them. It's your business. You're paying for it. Yeah. Yeah. Now, how you treat some hoe is up to you. That's something you work out in the beginning. That's all something you do up front. You work that out up front. That's all negotiated in advance. At least it should be. I mean, if you get rough or something, then that's not a good thing, unless you've negotiated that in advance. Because those are the rules. And there's certain rules laid down, It's only common courtesy to work that out in advance. First of all, you should be paying up front. Okay, so all of that should have been negotiated in advance. Otherwise, you owe something on the back end. Pardon the pun. Or don't pardon the pun. Pun intended. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to go now. Because I'm real fucked up, and have a good one. And continue having them. One after another. No monkey business. No, and no monkey pox either. Okay? So, remember, there's nothing funny about peace, love, and understanding. Okay? Remember that. Take care. Bye now.